And this is the green gauge. Produces all this blossom. You don't get much in the way of fruit. Duckweed on the pond, taking over the surface. That's the larger of the periwinkles, a greater periwinkle. It's a variegated form. A lovely flower that is. And yesterday I decided to tidy up the edges. I just leave all these big clumps to dry out and then break them up. And the asparagus has begun to appear. That'll be nice. Hopefully we don't get a frost to kill it all off. Everywhere there are cowslips and dandelions. Most of the cowslips are yellow, but every now and then you get a different one. This one is red. A lovely flower that is. Beautiful little thing. And this is the Brevard Blossom just beginning to appear. No sign of any aphids. And this is the Cox's pippin. Never does very well. Obviously the soil doesn't suit it. But I'll work on that this year, hopefully improve matters. It'll be interesting to see if this weeping ash tree is suffering from ash dieback, whether it produces any foliage this year or not. I'll just leave it. It was such a wonderful tree, it's a great shame. Skeleton of branches. You can see where a couple of these mason bees tunnel their way out. Got little holes there in the clay. One of those bees whizzing about. There's a queen wasp. just emerged. Well, I'll have to treat the garden gates with some wood treatment, and this comes out top. 9.8 out of 10 it gets. It's not cheap. That's what it does. So I'll just spray it, and the gate takes much easier to get to all the inaccessible places. But it's expensive stuff, you don't want to be wasting it. It's no time at all, and nice even spread and much more economical. I'll just turn this over and do it again, and then there's the side garden gate to do as well. Well, I've just taken the bin off my forced rhubarb. See it there, tender stems, yellow leaves. I'll pull that now and then stew it and have it with some custard. Well, that's not bad. And a little bit of asparagus, just a tasty morsel. Oh, wonderful colour. With it being forced, of course, it doesn't have that stringy bit that you have in unforced rhubarb. Well, stewed rhubarb and custard. Wonderful. A really sweet treat. Well, it's a glorious day. It's end of April. The lilac is beginning to appear. It's a very calm day. I get this heady scent of lilac, almost overpowering. And not as many cowslips in this lawn as there have been in previous years, but still, lovely display. This wonderful apple blossom. It's a great shame you don't get as many apples. This Cox's pippin. A lovely group of flowers there. It's the same on this Brevard. Lovely. I mean, they're sort of a nuisance in the lawn, these things. Daisies. Oh, lovely little thing they are. Yeah. This lovely sunny day. You see all the cowslips like growing on the path in the shorter grass. See them all the way down there. Every path's covered with them. You can't avoid standing on them, which is this being April, and dandelions everywhere. And all their faces point towards the sun. And then when it gets chilly at night, they all close up. Little blue speedwell flowers, again standing out against this sunshine today. Another April flower, stuck by the hedge. This white flower. Orange-tipped butterflies lay their eggs on this. Little green caterpillars, very difficult to see. And I haven't seen an orange-tipped butterfly this year yet, but with this being out, no doubt they will appear. But butterflies are really hard to photograph. As soon as they land, they fold their wings up. And red campings are out. Hundreds of them. They do put on a wonderful display. And dandelions and cowslips everywhere. The foliage is just beginning to appear on the trees. All different colours of green. That's almost a bronze colour on those trees over there. But the oak trees, no sign of much growth on them yet. Always late to the party they are. And this is one of the 4 new lime trees I put in, which has managed to survive being eaten by, I don't know, pheasants or hares, chew the buds off. There's some nice fresh foliage on there, so it's doing well. The sort of ruby red bud scales, rather attractive. There's the first of the bluebells. I only put them in last year. It takes some years for them to spread, produce a great swathe of bluebells, which you find at this time of year. And growing in amongst everything are these strawberries. Lots of them. They're not a true wild strawberry, but they're sort of small, sweet strawberry which grows well amongst this wilderness. Unfortunately, something seems to get to them before I do. And I suspect it's a creature that comes sneaking under the fence at this point. A typical badger run. And I've videoed badgers in the garden at night, scuttling about. As long as I don't start digging up my lawn, so they're lovely to see. There they are, the culprits. Eat me nuts and eat me strawberries in the summertime. I don't mind. They're lovely to see. You can see the hazel foliage all coming out now down this footpath. This is hawthorn. I think it's going to be an absolute blaze of white. An overpowering scent. It's a glorious time of year. Give it a couple of weeks and everything will be absolutely ablaze with blossom. The bluebells will all be out. The garlic's out. Well, more and more asparagus beginning to appear. But we had a pretty stiff frost last night, so I'll have to wait and see what happens to this. Well, there's the first lot of asparagus. It's been an incredibly dry April, so it's not as sort of plump as it usually is. But it'll taste just as nice, I imagine. Just boil it up with a little salty water and then slather it with butter. Lovely. And every year these little self-seeding pansies appear. Every year for the past 26 years. They've appeared. Yeah, lovely little flower it is. This is a great flower in the garden, lily of the valley, although it spreads under the lawn, but alongside the path here it's got great foliage which doesn't seem to be attacked by anything. Lovely little waxy flowers, although they're not fully out yet, and that delicious smell loved by perfumiers. I think Chanel No. 5, Marilyn Monroe's favourite perfume, contained lily of the valley. It's been going for, I don't know, probably 900 years I would think. Chanel No. 5. A journalist once asked Marilyn Monroe what she wore in bed, and she said, Chanel No. 5. Well, one of the things that needs doing is put some preservative on this gate, and while it's been dry for I think nearly a month now since we had any rain of any description, and there's some rain forecast for the weekend. I'll do this while the wood is really dry. It'll soak this preservative up. Well, there we are, that's it done. 10-minute job. Not a lot of waste you get when you're spraying with just open bars like that. I wonder if it kills grass, this stuff. We'll find out shortly. Well, that's it for springtime in the garden. Yeah, I've been busy having been busy replacing this fence down the side of the house. I've neglected everything else. If I don't get this grass cut, I'm going to need a sheep. So from the garden at the end of April here, take care. See you again. Bye bye.